Welcome everyone. Hello everyone. I'm Fausto Carnevale, Italian accountant, international tax consultant. You may have already seen some videos here in the channel. As you may see, today I am talking about how to buy a house or an apartment in Italy. Why? Because I just came back from Italy. As you know, I have an accounting firm in Italy, an office, but I live in Belgium because I live with my spouse here, with my fiance, with my girlfriend, or as you want to call it. Um, I am almost married, by the way. Okay, so how to buy a house in Italy? I decided just yesterday that maybe in the future I want to buy a house in Italy. Uh, I would like to buy an apartment close to the sea. Me personally, is not an advice. This is the reality. What I'm going to do. So I thought how to buy a house in Italy. If this is a simple thing or a difficult thing from people who are from another country. So, in this quick live, I will tell you the steps to buy the house in Italy. If you have some questions, you can write then a comment or you can ask me here in the live. Normally, I do one live every week. I will try to be more to have a specific to keep the same time, but those are the steps today. Okay, I invite you to do the comments, or you can if you need then a specific advice, of course, a specific consultancy, you can contact us at info@esentaxa.com. I'm drinking my coffee here as well as usual. So first you find the house. Of course, this is quite simple to understand. You want to buy a house. First, you find the house. Where to buy? So consider this. I'm from Abruzzo, the region Abruzzo. I'm from close to the city Giulianova, Giulianova, Roseto. The main city is Teramo. So when you buy a house, and I saw this in the airport of Pescara, they try to propose you to buy a house far from the sea, and they sell it as a house in the sea. In the sea, I mean on the seaside, of course, not in the sea. Sorry. Pay attention on this because in my region, and I'm already giving you an advice here in Abruzzo, you can find houses and apartments even for with 40, 50,000 euro. What I would like to buy, for instance, in the future will be a nice apartment close to the sea in Giulianova. Nice apartment, big one, new one, etc., etc. So pay attention. Why close to the sea? Because it's rentable. It's rentable with Airbnb, or even if you rent it with a year contract, you will find always someone because people know that in the summer they want to go to the sea, so you can rent it even in a 1 year contract, and it will be more expensive to rent. The profit will be higher compared if you buy the same apartment, for instance, 25 or 30 kilometers far from the sea. And this in Italy is always like this. So pay attention. Even I'm talking if you go to other region like Sicily, etc., etc. So first question: is this apartment rentable? Because if you buy an apartment, for instance, in Teramo, Abruzzo, you can type Teramo, Abruzzo. Yeah, you can find maybe a mansion with a 200,000-300,000 euro, but could you rent it? No. So my advice is to buy an apartment or a house close to the sea. Okay. Second advice: is it rentable? As I said, okay. Third advice: is it old or is it new? Because here in Italy, unfortunately, we have a lot of old houses, and consider that some region has been hit by the earthquake in 2009, in 2016. So pay attention before you buy a house, because the seller could say, "Oh no, the house is perfect. The house is perfect." And no, it's not always like this. Again, another thing to check if the gas is fine, the electricity system is fine. This is a quite easy thing to do. If you see that a person were living in the house before you, it means that the house is it's still let's say easy to live, no? So I mean it's still a good house. It's no. So this is an introduction. Then we have the second part important, the tax impact. So first of all, in Italy, if you want to purchase a house or an apartment, you need to go to the notary. Okay. Uh, Fortunately, if this is your first house, then we can do a calculation, but it won't be not quite expensive to buy a house in Italy. Whereas if you already live in Italy and you want to buy a second, third, fourth house, it's quite expensive. We should also consider that if you buy a house, if you have houses abroad, this is a quick advice. Please pay attention because now the tax on top of the value of the asset that you have abroad, if you live to Italy, is 1.06%. So you can put the house in one company. No? I was watching recently a video for the house market in Dubai. And you know what I thought? Because I saw another accountant who was saying in Dubai you can buy a house and you can do one thing like you pay the 30%, you pay and then you pay the 1% per month, maybe you know that, no, and then you pay the 40% at the end, like a leasing, no. And people say, but in Italy we cannot do like this because they don't do those type of contract. But I can tell you, because I know from experience, for instance, in my region, if you go to the owner, to the person who built the house or the apartment in advance, you can negotiate things called, let's say in English, it would be lease with the possibility of buy. In Italian is affitto con riscatto. Riscatto meaning the possibility to pay the difference and buy. So you can negotiate this type of thing with the owner. And you can pay, for instance, 20-30% in advance. Then you pay a monthly payment. The house on paper is still property of the owner, but you do a contract with the notary. I mean, not with the notary, sorry. You go to the notary as if you are buying a house, so everything is on paper. And after 3 years, you have the possibility to pay the house or to resell the house. And this is also quite interesting, not because the Italian market is like Dubai or Brussels, no, but you have the possibility to resell the house. And I'm doing in Italy these things with a house where my parents live now because we bought another house. We can resell and rebuy another, I don't know, maybe bigger villa, no, in Italy. So this is another important thing. You can negotiate with the owner. You can negotiate because in Italy, people who say, I have money to invest, I give you the 40%. The house is still yours. You then you give me the money in 3 years. Guys, in the meantime, you have the house and you do not pay interest. This is quite important because you maybe have a company. And sometimes I heard people say, yeah, I have a Mercedes, the price, it's 500 euro per month, 1,000 euro, no? But the interest, and when you do a mortgage to buy a house, the interest rates are super high. I mean, let's not talk about the rates now, but just if we sum the monthly payment, we end up paying more. So if we buy a house with this formula, you can also save interest. Of course, it's not easy. You need to negotiate. You can also call us if you have this type of if you saw this type of possibility in your country. And I am sure, in a region in Italy, and I am sure that this is quite easy, super easy. We need to work a bit, but it's feasible. Another thing to do is to calculate, so this is the end of the live, the tax impact. So taxes if you rent it, taxes on Airbnb, tax if you do an early contract, tax if you buy the house with your company, taxes even for the rubbish. In Italy you have the tax for the rubbish, taxes on property if this is the second house. So those are the part that we can help you more, of course, because we are accountants. But now I'm doing a collaboration with other people. We speak Italian, we know lawyers, we know in my region I also know personally some notary, some firm of notary. So if you want to negotiate a formula like this to buy a house in Italy, you can contact us. Of course, we can have a first call, introduction call to know each other. And you can find in the link below. And then on the second time, we can see if we can help you. So the thing is this: I am quite expert on housing in Italy, not because I am an accountant, but because I am doing from myself, and I am seeing a lot of different things that you can do in Italy. And you don't know those things unless you live in Italy, unless you know someone like me who was born in Italy. I travel a lot, guys. I told you, I live in Brussels more than 6 months per year. But I really, when I am in Italy, I'm always trying to meet people, to understand, of course, because I'm also interested personally to live in Italy in winter. And this year, now we are in 2024, we are in March. I know for sure that in December and January, December 2024, January 2025, already we are in 2025, I will be in Italy. Okay. In Abruzzo, we can support you more because I'm from Abruzzo. So even if you need to rent a car, I can give you a lot of information. Again, I conclude this live as a conclusion, as an advice. If you can learn Italian, I mean, if you want to move to Italy, learn Italian, because a lot of things, a lot of interactions, a lot of situations when you need to go to commune, it's quite difficult if you don't speak the language. It's like in Brussels, if you need to go to the north part where they speak Dutch. If you don't speak the language, guys, it's super difficult. You can learn Italian, especially if you're French or Spanish or whatever. Of course, if you are aged, if you are 60, 65 years old, it's not straightforward. But I invite you to watch again this live because I already gave you a lot of information today. And these sunny days here in Brussels. I just flew back from Italy, from Pescara today. Pescara, it's a small airport in Abruzzo. It's the only airport. I will do also another video about the Abruzzo because we talk about Italy, we talk about taxes, but there is a lot of things to discover. And of course, all the things are related to money, investments. I won't talk about how to make pasta or how to the best restaurant to eat a pizza, no? But I think there are a lot of information that can be shared here in this channel to help you to go to Italy. So again, until next time, Fausto Carnevale. Let's prepare, let's do your tax, your planning in advance and enjoying your staying in Italy.